Culture tells us the most noble thing we can do is go with the flow. But if we look at the physical world, the only things moving passively with the current are dead things. When we apply that same passivity to our careers, we aren't finding ourselves. We're simply settling into the path of least resistance. That path is paved by an economic system that rewards your comfort and consumption because it keeps you predictable and firmly at the bottom of the hierarchy. This lack of direction creates the drifting phase. You might feel like you're in motion because you're busy, but you've effectively handed the steering wheel of your life over to the environment around you. Drifters bounce from one shiny object to the next, testing out day trading for a week, trying YouTube for a few days, always hoping to strike it rich by accident instead of a coordinated strike. If you do not actively direct your own energy, the market will naturally harvest it. Every hour you spend without a specific direction is redirected to build someone else's dream. Your daily attention and ambition are finite capital resources. Like any currency, they lose value when spent on things that offer no return. Without the deliberate, sustained investment of that focus, nobody builds wealth through their own merit. A drifter is left waiting for a miracle, relying on the impossible odds of a lottery ticket or a handout. Breaking out of this cycle requires a total rejection of comfortable passivity. You have to replace going with the flow with a state of unapologetic, singular obsession. This often means ignoring the social pressure to feel guilty about wanting money. Discard the idea that financial ambition is shameful. Having capital is the only way to ensure you aren't controlled by others. True financial independence begins the exact second you stop being pushed by the current and take absolute authority over where your energy is spent. We see a specific type of arrogance in young people who loudly announce they want to become millionaires. They have the desire, but they are missing the most important variable. They fall into the trap of false obsession. They mistake the intense emotional craving for wealth with the actual singular dedication required to earn it. This trap manifests as over-diversification. They want to be rich, but they also want to run a marathon, become fluent in a new language, and master a musical instrument, all in the same year. This is the economics of focus. Your total output is a fixed amount. When that energy is split across 12 different goals, the intensity of each individual stream becomes too weak to drive any real progress. Reaching the top 1% of any field is an extreme statistical feat. Believing you can hit that threshold while your attention is divided 12 ways is mathematically impossible. Your progress simply stalls out before reaching the finish line. False obsession is just a more exhausting version of drifting. You work hard, but you end up broke because you never achieved the level of mastery required to be paid. Those who actually reach the top tier of wealth do not have a balanced list of a dozen competing hobbies. In the early stages of building wealth, you have to ruthlessly monopolize your time. You focus on one objective until it is self-sustaining. This is what happens when you eliminate the distractions. When you recombine all those weak streams into a single concentrated point, you generate enough force to punch through that threshold. This hyper-concentration is what separates multimillionaires from the people who spend their lives merely daydreaming about success. Achieving this state requires the painful, deliberate sacrifice of perfectly good secondary goals. You kill the distractions to ensure the survival of your primary financial objective. Obsession is the fuel, but to move anywhere, you have to pour that fuel into a mechanical engine that generates cash. A common mistake is believing you need a revolutionary, one-of-a-kind idea to get started. Innovation is risky and often requires capital you don't have yet. A more efficient strategy is the proven pathway. Look at what is currently working in the market and determine how you can execute on that existing demand. Select just one high-income skill, like video editing or dropshipping, that has a clear, established track record for creating millionaires. Imitating a successful framework is the fastest way to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It removes the guesswork and replaces it with execution. Once you pick your vehicle, find a mentor who is already miles ahead of you. Their job is to keep you on the path. Your job is to listen. This is where you must apply the economics of focus and abandon all other side hustles. If it isn't your primary goal, it is a threat to your success. Then you have to commit to the miserable early stages. You have to accept that you will be terrible at this skill for a long time, and you will stay with it until that mastery is forged. High-level skills are built through this relentless, repetitive nature of singular focus. You strike the same point on the anvil until the steel takes shape. Stop going with the flow. Pick your singular, proven pathway, put your head down, and let your obsession do the work.